What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Chris.
And I'm Jake. And that's Alex.
Today we are going back to Firewood. I totally dropped the ball this year. I did not split any wood for myself for burning this season. I have a small stockpile, but not nearly enough to get through the year. So Jake is so kindly helping me out refill my stockpile. So today we're just going to cut up these small pieces that have been sitting for a while. They should be dry, ready to burn. We're going to split right into the new dumpster can, and then I am going to try to drive it home with the new truck. The new truck is a little bit, well, it's definitely new to me. I'm not one who knows how to drive a manual very well, and obviously it's a new truck to Jake. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, it's a learning experience. I just drove it, probably the farthest I've driven it thus far. Starting to feel more comfortable, but yeah, you know, that's basically the game plan. We got the dumpster positioned over here, really nice, under the grizzly bars, so that should be all set. And we have all these little short pieces that the power company tree contractor dropped off, and they're just kind of a pain and they're in the way. They make this area over here really tight, but it's a lot of really nice small diameter stuff. We should be able to push through it quick with the 6-way wedge on the Easton Made 2228. Got the U35, the grapple, the whole 9 yards. Here we go. Okay, boom. Well, boss man, how'd we do?
I think we did pretty good. Being that these logs were only like 3 to 4 feet long, not typically what we handle, we put a pretty good dent in it. I'm happy with the amount of rounds that we have. So this week while Jake is away, I'll probably come back with Alex and split all this and get it home.
Yeah, so I mean, we cut up all of this in 53 minutes. And it seemed like it was going slow to start because we had some, you know, really small diameter stuff, but then we got into some bigger pieces, all pretty reasonable diameter. Alex was shuttling them over with the mini skid. He was getting a feel for that and running into his own issues, but in the end he prevailed, kept us stocked up. So yeah, we got a good stockpile here to work off of, and I guess Chris and Alex will link up while I'm away on vacation in Cape Cod, and they can get all this stuff split up. Not bad. All right, guys, that's what Alex got split up on his own there during that little time lapse. You know, for by himself, he made a nice little dent. Got us some working room in here, and Chris and Alex can work on doing this stuff while I'm away. While Alex was doing that, I hopped on the tractor with the PTO blower and blew off the whole front lawn. I had my buddy Kyle come over with his dethatcher on the front of his lawnmower, and he dethatched my lawn. And while we're away, I'm gonna buy the seed and fertilizer, and he's gonna slice seed it and, you know, put down the fertilizer and everything. So I had to get that done. Plus, it's supposed to rain. So that PTO blower works really well, but really not much to see. That's why I didn't really film anything. All right, guys, so we are back here with Chris. I have gotten back from my vacation. Chris, we left off in the wood yard. We just finished cutting up all that wood, and Alex split for about an hour. Let everybody know what you did while I was away on vacation.
Since then, I put in another about 3 hours of split time, and I got that whole dumpster filled up. Unfortunately, I didn't have any cameras with me, so you guys don't get to see that action. But
you've seen that a million times.
Yeah. But now we're here today. We have a company that actually sent us some bumpers for my truck, and we're gonna go ahead and throw them on today.
Yeah, so this company reached out, Mr. GOP, G-O-P, and G-O-P stands for Guardians of Protection. So Mr. GOP was nice enough to send out some bumpers, and they make bumpers both front and rear, brush guards and stuff for an assortment of different vehicles, but one of which is Chris's Power Stroke here. Now this is a, what year is this?
This is a 2004 F-250 XL edition. So pretty stripped, bare bones kind of truck. Perfect kind of truck for me. I don't need all those fancy gadgets and gizmos, but a nice bumper would be a nice touch.
Right.
The previous bumper to this one, I actually hit a fire hydrant by accident.
It just popped up.
Yeah, it just popped up out of nowhere in somebody's yard.
Yeah,
surprisingly
wild.
Enough. Yeah.
Wild.
So I got rid of that bumper, found this bumper for cheap, painted it up, made it look nice, threw it on. But I think these newer bumpers, this third edition, might be the final set for this truck.
Yeah, I think this set will add a little bit more protection. We haven't opened up the box yet, so let's get it opened. But Mr. Gopp, again, was nice enough to send out both a front and rear bumper for Chris's truck. And I mean, you guys have seen these trucks. These trucks are a dime a dozen. They're all over the road. The Super Duty, they make them for my year Super Duty, which is a little bit newer. They make them for the latest body styles. They make them for older, different brands, you know, you name it. So you can go on their website, check it out. All the information will be down in the description. But hopefully it'll be a pretty straightforward install. We'll get this thing unboxed and show you, you know, the steps it takes to put this puppy on. All right, so here are all the pieces laid out. You know, there was minimal scuffing and stuff in there, but again, it's a work truck, and these are bumpers that are meant to get scuffed up and add protection. So I don't think Chris is too worried about it. He won't be losing sleep.
No, definitely not.
So let's get this old one off, and we'll bolt up this new one. As you can see, it comes in like 3 main pieces, then has like a little pre-runner style bar there, and then 2 big beefy bolt-on, you know, shackles for, you know, toe rings or whatever. Oh.
Look at that.
Now I'm just, you know, kind of looking at the welds and stuff here, fit and finish. Everything looks pretty good. You know, you don't see a bunch of weld splatter or anything. Nice, you know, clean welds. Probably, I don't know if they were done by a robot or what, but, you know, they look pretty good. And the finish, aside from where it, you know, clearly got a little damage during shipping, everything looks pretty good. So we're just figuring out the hardware situation here. We have seemingly a lot of hardware, but hopefully we're not left with too much at the end. We're gonna mock it up. That's it. Mr. Gott.
Brand new bumper.
Brand new bumper. We're done. Is that your pinky?
You should know what my pinky feels like.
All right, we got them mocked up, just loose on there, but you know, looks pretty good. We can adjust the height to fill in this gap between the headlights and stuff when we tighten it down, but we just want to make sure that, you know, we got it figured out properly. But that looks pretty good, and it definitely offers, you know, a solid like 8 inches of protection there, you know, aside, you know, compared to this guy, stock one. Well, we got it on. It is nice and tight. Accessibility is a little rough in there, but it's definitely a 2-person job. Chris was saying that he was thinking that he was going to do this by himself, and you know, he probably could. It's just because of the 3-piece design, it really helps to have somebody else there holding it, you know.
Yeah, all the accessibility is kind of from the sides. You can't get into it from the back because of the radiator, and obviously you can't get to it from the front because of the bumper.
Well, you can get to it from the front to some of them, to a certain extent, but you really need 2 people because somebody has to be on the inside holding, and then somebody has to be on the other side tightening. But other than that, I mean, it's on. It's, you know, all even pretty much with the body lines and his grill and the lights and stuff, so it looks good. The only thing left we got to do is put on the little pre-runner thing and the tow hook. So get that done, show you what it looks like. All right, guys, so we got the front bumper all installed, the little pre-runner bar mounted up there. The tow points are all mounted up. I think Chris is probably going to take it upon himself to paint that hardware black, as well as touch up any little blemishes and stuff. And then down the road, he might even weld these 3 pieces together at some point to make it one continuous, you know, piece. But other than that, it is installed, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good. Fit and finish looks pretty good. It definitely sticks out a good amount, so offering a pretty good amount of protection over that stock bumper that was there. And now we're getting ready to do the back bumper. All right, guys, we are back working on this bumper here, this time at my house. Chris brought the truck over. We're gonna drop the hitch here and hopefully get the spacers installed and then plop that rear bumper on. Got our helper over here, Mr. Hayes. He's providing us some musical entertainment while we work. Isn't that right, buddy? Isn't that right? Yeah. You want to say hi to the camera? Oh, you want to eat the camera, probably. All right, so we went ahead and got our hitch spacer plates installed there. They're not all tightened down quite yet, but these are the 2 mounting points for the bumper that Chris just pulled out. So we're gonna get that mocked up, see how it looks.
All right, just like that. Back bumper is on and in place, tightened down, ready to hit the road. All right, so overall, I think this project went pretty well. The bumper fitment is super nice. I'm not a huge fan of this crack here, you know, from the 3-piece design. I might go in through later on and actually weld those up. That way it's definitely just one piece, repowder coat everything. Like I told you about the little fire hydrant incident, you can see how far up my fender got pushed from the old bumper. So that's kind of frustrating, but nothing to the bumper company's fault. However, in the back, fitment also is pretty great. Looks awesome. There was no issues with the rear end of this truck, at least. The only thing I would say about mounting the rear bumper is the bolts that they give you, they don't explain in the instructions, but they're to mount the mounting plate to the bumper and not the mounting plate to the frame. The frame bolts that you take out to give yourself a gap. They're a little bit short for this application. I'd say go out and buy yourself some longer bolts. An extra 1/2 inch of play would definitely have helped us a little bit. And the last thing that I have to do is I have to scab the light brackets off of the old bumper for the license plate lights, and then this bumper is all done.
Oh, you gotta put in the plugs too.
Yeah,
because his truck doesn't have the backup sensors, but if your truck doesn't have the backup sensors, you just put in the rubber plugs, and they're like kind of grommet plug things, and they fill up the holes, which will be a nice touch. It looks really good. I'm impressed with the body lines. I feel like it's a tighter fit than your old bumper as far as closeness to your hitch.
Yeah, just about.
It makes your hitch doesn't look as low down, you know?
Yeah.
How are these steps? Oh, that's nice. Cool.
Yeah, that'll be a nice thing to have. I did not have those on the original bumper, and I've always been kind of envious of those. So
that's nice. I don't have those on mine. Cool. Mr. Gopp, guardian of pickup, not protection. I misspoke before. Guardian of pickups. All the information of these will be down in the description. They make them for Jeeps, Broncos, all the major truck brands, most of the major, SUVs and stuff where you would want something like this. All in all, I'm pretty impressed with, the fit and finish of them, aside from like the blemishes from shipping. But yeah, check them out if you got a truck and you need a extremely reasonably priced bumper. I think the front bumper was like $300 and the back bumper was less than $300. So, very, very competitively priced. Well, it picked it up, and look who decided to waltz in. This is all the wood that Chris split while I was away on vacation a couple weeks ago. The truck, was out of commission due to the dashboard, but obviously it is no longer out of commission, so we're gonna go dump it over at his house. And then he's got some stacking to do. But yeah, this is very full. So let's see how she does. Feel the weight back there though.
This is a much nicer ride now that the muffler's on.
With the muffler's on, it's we had some weight, I think. Anybody coming? Nope. Okay.
That mailbox is going to jump right out
Just in case.
Just in case.
No, if we can turn it back all the way up and go around. Well, when we drove it to that job, it had the muffler on it, didn't it? Or no? I don't remember. I think it did, yeah. Because I fixed it that week, knowing that I'd want to show up to that HOA without it.
Where I get nervous with this is downshifting.
Yeah.
I got lost in this fender.
Yeah, that is a big truck. Get in there nice and deep, flag. This guy, as Chris said, got lost inside of his fender. Oh, there he is. This hill, since it's like a long straightaway before it, and like you can theoretically get going fast, I don't think you want to be going too fast into it, because you're gonna have to downshift anyway. Because it's so steep, you know what I mean?
What are you in now? 2? 3rd?
And you just gotta be in the right gear. You can't be shifting down.
Yeah.
You know? Because of this turn too.
Yeah.
Don't know that at all. No. That was the turn we were worried about. It was in the hill, and it wasn't even that.
He made it. This is my little wood yard. Have him come back just a little more.
Oh yeah. You did good. That's...
A lot less fell out than I thought was going to.
Yeah.
That there is definitely a full load. I'm quite impressed. Good. That's a pretty load.
All right, guys, got her dumped over here for Chris. Now he stacks it all up against this fence here, brings it in. Betsy, what's going on, Betsy? Betsy, come say hi. Oh, you got a jolly ball too. What's up, Betsy? All right, now Chris is gonna drive the truck back. We'll see how he does, but he's got his wood for the time being. So, here we go. Well, we're moving, so he's doing something right. Get out of the way! Wait, fourth right now? Fourth, yeah. the extra shit. Don't get out of the truck until you roll up that window. You cannot leave the truck until that window is up. I broke the window. So what do you think?
We made it back.
We made it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, grind them till you find them.
Yeah.
I'm still grinding them, so you definitely got to be. If you weren't grinding them, I would be very jealous. Because I'm still grinding them. But
it's enjoyable to learn how to drive it, but also incredibly frustrating. Like
it's pretty nerve-wracking.
Yes, very
I
nerve-wracking
think.
as well. Like, I don't know if it got caught on camera earlier, but the whole downshifting thing, totally foreign to me, and I feel like if I don't do that right, I'm going to crash into something or somebody. The brakes are there, but sometimes I feel like they're just not going to work unless I downshift, so I don't really understand it all yet, but it's a learning curve, learning process.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. I think the more we drive it, it has been like 3 weeks since we've been able to drive the truck. And I feel like when you're learning something new that you've only maybe done for a total of a week, to take 3 weeks off, you're basically starting all the way over from square one. The only thing, you know, we really remember is like the basic way that it needs to be done, but knowing how it needs to be done and doing it are two different things. So we're gonna figure that out. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this video here. I've been filming another video on this truck, like a second follow-up of just more stuff that we've been fixing. So you'll see like the dashboard and some other stuff in that. We got some goodies over here for the truck on this pallet. So I am excited and plenty more to come. I think we started this video splitting firewood.
I think we did too.
Yeah, so more of that to come as well. We're starting to get into that type of season. We're winding down our tree work jobs, trying to cram them all in here before the winter comes, and then we'll be up on the firewood. But having a newborn baby has been tough, and it takes a lot of time. So haven't been doing quite as much firewood as we would like, but the deliveries have been coming in. So we're gonna have delivery videos, splitting videos, and truck videos, and a lot of other cool stuff. So if you like the video, as always, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. Questions, comments, feedback, put it in the comments section. But for now, I'm Jake.
And I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. See you here next time.